is our new Q&A videos, which is you ask us questions because we are obviously qualified to answer them.
Yes.
Yes.
So send us in your questions. That's the Q part. And then the A is us. It doesn't mean ass. It means answers.
I don't think they were thinking that.
I was.
Alright, yes. So we just go through the YouTube comments, see any questions you guys might have had directed at us or otherwise. And Twitter, we got some Twitterers.
Yeah, and Facebook. Remember to check it.
Yeah, Facebook, so we got some messages on there. And of course, YouTube messages are always appreciated too. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with our first question here. Ryan asks, Imperials are not a playable race? Question mark?
No, they're not. They are not playable.
I wanted to be a boring plain human.
I know.
Now I have to be a Nord.
They're still Bretons. They're humans.
They're half elves. I'm not an elfish whore.
They have some elven blood in them, but so do the Imperials, sort of. Kind of. A little bit. Anyways, yes, they are in the game. Some people were saying, oh, this is like before Imperials were around. Actually, no. Imperials have been in Cyrodiil since the first empire of the Iliads, I think they're called.
Yeah, I think they were enslaved by them, weren't they?
Yes, they were enslaved by, they were called Heartland High Elves. There's also another name for them, but I can't remember.
Yeah, so if you've played Oblivion, you know all the Iliad ruins around.
Yes.
Those were the elves that enslaved. Yes. Again, elves being bad guys. Just saying. God.
Yeah, they were kind of a weird race, those Iliad guys. They worship the Daedric princes or whatever, and they ended up like sacrificing their slaves. They're really bad to their slaves, so they ended up revolting. The slaves revolted against the Iliads and overthrew them basically. So yes, the Imperials have been there for a very long time.
So it was kind of like what the British were doing to the Americans.
Whoa! Okay, we're not getting political.
Wait, no. Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's what the British did to the Chinese and the Indians and everything else that they've been.
In my history class, I learned that the British were sacrificing us on altars. That's why
what?
Yeah, no. Well, I went to a Christian school.
Blood sacrifices to Ra or something.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. I think you've mixed up Egyptian history a little bit there. But yes, the answer is that Imperials are not a playable race, but they will be in the game. Moving on.
But they're enslaved to Molag Bal. Or they're serving.
Well, yes. Well, they don't really know. The Imperials just work for the royal family or whatever that are there. They're serving them. So they don't actually know that Manny Marco, who's they think Manny Marco... Oh, God. Okay.
Manny Marco, that's the
Manny
mage,
Marco...
right?
is a two-faced bastard who's working with the noble family, but the noble family doesn't know that Manny Marco is actually working with Molag Bal to basically get rid of humanity, and Manny Marco will be able to rule whatever's left, basically. So, yes, Imperials don't actually know that they're working for the bad guy. So now that I screwed that up completely, let's move on to the next thing.
I feel kind of bad for those guys now. Blarson12. Why not build your own faction and combine forces with other small factions to become a bigger faction? Design your flag and agenda with fellow members. Put a limit on how big the major factions can be. That way the factions are somewhat balanced, and the largest faction gets to rule Tamriel. Okay, so what I guess this guy is trying to say is this was a comment under our faction restriction thing. Yeah.
So he wants to know why we can't, like, basically build our own alliance?
Our own kind of like an EVE Online, where you have corporations and stuff.
Okay.
The factions are more or less, like, cosmetic, but the actual, like, factions that are battling, you are just made by players strictly. That's what I think Blairson's trying to get at here with this suggestion.
How would that work? I mean, that would take so much... I don't know.
I mean, EVE made it work, but I think they made it work because it's space we're talking about. It's something different. Here we're talking about continents that have identities and history, and, I appreciate the factions because of that. So I don't know if I would want this free-for-all.
I don't think it would work, like, for a PvP standpoint. Like, there's going to be 3 factions. That's how Cyrodiil, that area, is going to work. How would they do that if there's thousands of different factions running around?
Yeah, no. It was just a suggestion I bet he was throwing out there, and obviously at this point never could happen in the game. It's way too far in development. But just as a suggestion, I couldn't. I don't know. I could see how it could work. Not for this MMO though. For a different MMO.
It would be such a large collaboration of people trying to work together to do this, and I just don't see how that would be possible. It's so much easier to just select an alliance you want to be with.
Yeah. Yeah, so not for our test MMO, but Blairson, if you haven't played EVE Online, I recommend it for you because that's exactly along the lines you're thinking.
If you don't mind, ripping out your hair because it's aggravating to learn.
Yeah.
All of it.
It's one big Excel sheet, really.
It's
EVE Online.
Jesus. I saw your little screenshot of just all the windows just full.
That's
with
not
this
exaggerated.
stuff.
Yeah, no, that's
like, how do you know where anything is right now?
No offense to the people who I enjoyed EVE Online for the time I played it, but I left that game just freaking frustrated as hell. Lord Dominios. And big problem, they ate 3 sides. What if 2 sides? Group A up and destroy the third.
What I think he's talking about is what's keeping, 2 of the alliances in Cyrodiil from ganging up on the third one. I'm assuming.
Yes.
There isn't anything besides, the communication. It's going to be really hard to get a whole alliance to work with a whole other alliance without there being backstabbing constantly. And then them all working together. I mean, there's nothing keeping it from happening. It could happen. But even still, I mean, it's not like it would be a lasting condition. I mean, that'd be like the Sith and the Alliance working together for... I don't even know.
We have a perfect example. Guild Wars 2 has world versus world versus world. 3 servers battling for dominance. Do you ever see playing in world versus world versus world?
No.
Them team up? Me neither.
I've not seen that.
I have never seen it happen. So yeah, it's possible, highly unlikely. I don't want some tree-hugging, pansexual, snot-nosed, uppity fucking elves hating my orc swag. Nor do I want some loudmouthed, drunken, unbathed Nords stinking up my joint. And the Izzies and Lizzies and the kitties? Ha ha ha. Aw, how cute they think they're people. Careful, they shit on the floor. That's why factions. If you want to sit around and circle jerk off each other, they're always... We have to do these.
There's always Hello Kitty Island Adventure. As for me, I'm counting the days till I get to kick elf ass.
Spartacus, bravo, dude. When you comment on a video, you really comment, don't you?
Gee, do you think he's going to be on the Daggerfall Covenant?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, this is definitely... So this is somebody who is... for the factions, I think you could say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he enjoys there being... I'm assuming this was for the Faction Lock Territories video?
Yes, Faction Lock Territories. So, one of the most racist...
Not really a question, but it was freaking hilarious.
But it was funny, yeah. Thanks for the laugh, Spartacus. For Lorien.
Sure.
I think that the factions are just, however... I side with the people who want to be friends with any race and explore all of Tamriel. My idea was a single-player quest line to gain the trust of a faction to be allowed to roam in that area. A passport, if you will. Betraying the trust by attacking a member of the faction would result in having to do the long quest line all over again. This would allow for having friends of other races as long as it's outside Cyrodiil because of faction loyalty.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I
it's definitely we've sort of had suggestions like that before, like being ambassadors or trying to think of the word, but basically that's what being an ambassador for your faction, going over on diplomatic missions or whatever to talk to other people. It would allow you to just meander around the I guess enemy in air quotes I'm doing right now. You can't see. Air quotes, enemy factions, and being able to talk to other people on the other side. It would work for me. And like he's saying, if you were to betray the whole thing and attack some NPC of the other territory, then you basically are booted out or killed, and you have to do it over again.
Yeah.
What?
Cinnamon Beat 5. Morrowind music! Most of the music in the videos I'm using is, it's either Skyrim Tavern music or the Morrowind music. Morrowind, out of the 3 test games, definitely has the best soundtrack. I think.
Disagree.
No, whatever. What do you think?
Okay. I'm going to clarify this. I think Morrowind has a few of the best songs. Like, no doubt about it. They have some of the best songs in all of them. But Skyrim has more of the mediocre ones that I would rather listen to. Like, I would listen through the whole Skyrim soundtrack before I would listen to the whole Morrowind one. If I'm going to listen to the Morrowind one, I'm going to skip to the songs that I just absolutely love. So that's basically what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, no, I can agree. There are like 4 songs from the Morrowind soundtrack that freaking kick ass, and I come back to them again and again because they're awesome. The other ones, well, again too, the Morrowind soundtrack is like one small list. The Skyrim one is massive, like literally 3 or 4 times the size of the Morrowind soundtrack. Of course,
most of it's combat and battle music, so you can't really.
I don't jam out.
That.
Yeah,
like 2/3 of it, if not more, is combat music.
Yeah, I never jam out to that in my spare time.
I do.
Yeah, Robert Landry. This is actually a guy who's commenting on quite a few of our videos, I think. Oh yeah, Shoddy, I need to tell you, this been itching at me for a while, that you keep calling High Elves evil in this time period. They are different than they are in Skyrim. They wish to take control because the races are young and they lack knowledge. They need it because... makes good points for them, take power, but in Skyrim... they're all messed up. I don't think that Queen Irene had that in plan when she created the first Altmeri Dominion. Just think about it. They are evil in Skyrim. I have been looking their lore.
Okay,
It's a good comment because a lot of people have been making this. They apparently think that we are the most elfish people out there. When, like, 2 videos ago...
Aren't you going to play a high elf?
Yeah, 2 videos ago, I was like, I want to be one of them. I want to play them. But, yeah, there's been a lot of bitching out there about the whole issue.
The thing is, deep down in their souls... they know they're racist. they may help other races at times, but it's only because it'll end up benefiting them. So that's why they're helping the Khajiit and everything with their whole little sickness, whatever they're getting, the whatever flu. They help them out with that.
Yeah.
Because they needed allies, because they knew that there's other alliances being built up. So obviously they want to ally with whoever they could. So... maybe, yes, she doesn't seem like a bad person. She probably isn't, but I mean, she is a high elf, so it's in her blood to be racist.
I love how people, and when people make the argument for the high elves and stuff not being evil, I love it how they do this. In the same sentence, they'll say, okay, you're calling the high elves evil, but really they just wish to take control because the other races are young and they lack knowledge. Basically, I mean, how racist is that thought right there? It'd be like today, let's put it in modern terms. Okay, it would be like England, the UK, you know. They've been around a lot longer than America. We've only had like a couple... What's up with my British... references today.
I don't know. You love Britain.
But anyway, well, they are like I think our second top demographic or something like that.
True.
Too. But anyway, imagine them going to America and being like today and being like, yeah, guys, we're gonna take back the White House because these colonies here, they're ours by ancient right, as the elves would say.
Yeah, all that you just said, but with a British accent.
I'm not even gonna try my British accent.
Hello, governor.
Oh God.
We're gonna take. I can't do it.
There goes like 50% of our viewers. They're gone. But yeah, it'd be like them saying, "Oh, we're a very ancient nation, and you guys are young and you lack experience. We're just gonna take it back." It's not helping your argument in any way. But really, no. The Altmeri Dominion isn't the bad faction. You're right. I love to rip on them a lot. Actually, all the factions are bad if you think about it. Yeah. Each and every one of them is wanting to enforce and basically think that their culture is superior than the other and looking to usurp all the other races. So really, they're all bad in their own ways. I'm not painting them black and white. This faction's evil. It's all one big gray area.
I know the Thalmor comes from there, but they're just the extremists, basically. It's like saying Muslims are all evil because of the jihad and all that, the Al-Qaeda stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's just an extremist faction that branched off of them.
And then, yes, before you comment, we know the Thalmor don't come around until Skyrim 1,000 years later, and during that time, we know this is the first Altmeri Dominion. It's different. We know, okay? We still think they're freaking twisted, but then again,
a little bit.
A lot of them are.
So yeah, most people are. I mean, look at the Nords.
They want to kill like every elf they get their hands on.
They're completely racist.
Their whole legend of like how they came here was basically slaughtering the elves and murdering them as they take them out of their homeland, you know? So, yeah.
Burn chicken?
The burn chicken. I still want to know what happens if you die in the Elder Scrolls Online.
So, you think it would be easy to find a straight answer when I'm researching this stuff?
I haven't seen anything.
No one even mentioned like what happens when you actually die. Like, do you just spawn at like the nearest waypoint? Is it going to be like Guild Wars 2 where you die? We don't actually die; you get defeated. But anyways, in this game you die basically, but you can't actually die if that makes sense because you have no soul.
Oh right.
Molag Bal has taken your soul in the beginning of your character's journey. That's basically your whole motivation is to get your soul back from Molag Bal. That's why you're going through all this crap trying to get to him so you can get your soul back. So you can't completely die. That's why you're able to res back. Now, are we going to be able to res back right there where we had died? Maybe there's like a waiting thing. Will we be able to click on the nearest waypoint and just res there for like some kind of penalty fee or something like that? Will it be like WoW where you're a freaking wisp and you have to find your corpse and then res there? Is it going to be like that? We don't know.
No
I haven't seen any like definitive answers on that. If you guys have them, please let us know. But I haven't seen any definitive answers as to how they're going to handle us resing again.
Now wait a second. Because you don't have a soul, you're immortal.
Basically, yes.
Why am I going to get my soul back?
That's what I'm saying.
Freaking immortal. What the hell?
Maybe because you don't want to live forever?
Whatever, man. Souls are overrated, it sounds like to me.
You wanted to go to Isengard? Or Isengard, what the hell? Sovngarde.
Isengard.
Sovngarde. Maybe you want to go there or something. I don't know. You'd think living forever would be kind of cool, but I guess not for your character. You want your soul back. But anyways, they're going to explain all that in the beginning of the game when you start it. So
I bet we have a lot of the creators and developers from Rift working on this game, right? That are working for ZeniMax now. I think we have a few of them at least. I know. Or at least one, or whatever. But anyway, sure. I think it's very much like a Rift system, because in Rift, you didn't have a soul either, right?
I don't remember.
Rift,
I played that game for like a month.
You were like, what was it called? It's been so long now. But yeah, you didn't have a soul in Rift either, and that was their whole logic. You can come back to life and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, we don't know exactly how death will work.
But we know you can come back, and it's because you have no soul. Moving on.
Shade of Heroes. In my opinion, I think it would be cool if there would still be guilds like the Dark Brotherhood, the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Companions, and a lot of other things. I know there is. But where one person could basically be the leader. If other members of said guild or faction could elect, so to speak, a leader or head of their group, and then it wouldn't be like a first come, first serve, more of a I'm worthy, I conquered the blank and should be leader, and someone else could compete for leadership. Okay. Basically, we can crown an emperor in the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Why can't we assign our own leaders to these guilds too?
Why do we always have to be the leader?
I don't know.
Of them. Like, I know that's basically how it is in test games, but it's like you can meet these people 15 minutes ago and then all of a sudden you're the leader of their guild. Even by a role-playing standpoint, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
So, they're definitely handling it like, I keep bringing this up, but Guild Wars 2. With their, what are they called? Orders. You basically join it, you become one in the ranks, and you're basically just in the guild. But I'm assuming, you can join all of them in ESO.
Yeah,
so you get to choose.
Again, like, I see what he's saying, but why? Why would you want to be the leader of these guilds? Just what, it would give you a title or something, or
it's not like it'll give you any advantage or anything. You're not going to be like, oh, now I can call the Dark Brotherhood to come out of the shadows and start killing my foes in Cyrodiil. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can see it's like, why not? It's kind of a why not situation.
Yeah.
But then why?
But then
also?
why? It's also a why situation.
Why not? I don't know.
But yeah, no, appreciate the thought though.